Hello everyone and welcome to the UK Games Expo live stream on tabletop.com. I'm joined this time by Lawrence from Wotan Games. Say hello, Lawrence.
Hello, Lawrence.
Never gets old.
I did.
No worries. Well, before we look at the awesome game he's brought with us, we have to look at the awesome table we're playing it on. This is of course the Geek and Sun table, and it is being given away in a raffle. You can find the link to the raffle down in the description below. Just click the link, buy yourself a raffle ticket, and answer the question: who has the Geek and Sun branded table at UK Games Expo this year? Is it A, Beasts of War? Is it B, Beastie Boys? Or C, Beauty and the Beast? You look like you know the answer then.
Well, you know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, yeah. Well, don't make it hard.
Yeah, no.
We want a winner.
Yeah, of course we want a winner.
Everyone's
it's a
winner.
Great table.
Bless them.
Yeah.
So this one, because we're demonstrating on this, we get to keep this one?
I'm afraid not. No. One of our viewers gets this one.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, now we've finished talking about the table, tell me about your game.
Oh, I thought we were just coming to talk about how wonderful the table was.
Oh, well, there it is. Pretty
It's a beautiful table. It's a fabulous table. Actually, there's no downside to this table. Does it have drawers and stuff on it? They clip-on bits?
There are clip-on
bits.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Get the feeling I've done more interviews.
Yeah, I believe so in this case.
Okay, so it's Ragnarok, War of the Nine Realms. It's a game where you have the opportunity to bring friends and family together and put them to the axe.
Wait, what?
Sort of interrelationship management, understanding, personality, conflict resolution, Viking style.
Okay, yeah, now I get the axe.
So it's a skirmish game where you each play one of the 4 realms we give you in the initial box.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at one.
Have a look at the one near you.
Yeah.
Because you know where the bits
one.
Look at
this
that.
is the heroic Aesir.
Yes. Well, I just love the fact that you know all the names as well, which is quite handy. So I can ask you a tough question. Yeah. Can I ask you a tough question? Nordic question. You ready?
Go ahead, I'll try.
What's the relationship between Odin and Sleipnir?
Sleipnir is the 8-legged horse that he rides and is the son of Loki.
So the relationship is
his nephew? No.
He's got a half-step nephew thingy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Loki's his stepson because he's not a real blood son.
No, that depends on the version.
There you go. Well done. You win yourself the right to sit next to this Geekson table. We love Geekson.
We do indeed.
Right, so you each get one of the realms. We give you 4 in the initial pack. I'll hold it that way so you can see that.
Yeah.
You get 6 characters.
Again, let's take a look under the close cam here.
There we go.
So there's our 6 on this one.
Yep. So in this case, you've got Thor, Frigg, Odin. Keep moving the card. Come on. There you go.
So we've got Odin, Frigg, Thor.
You got
then Balder,
the beautiful. Loki the tricksy.
And the Valkyries.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So in that, you actually have 6 individual characters. They're unique to your realm. They're unique within your realm. So none of the abilities are shared other than the confirm, or what we like to say, conflict or combat.
Yeah.
Or you can just put them together and make
No, it's when conflict becomes fun.
Come fun. Brilliant. We'll go that. So in the game, you use action points. So you have 9 action points, which you refresh at the start of your turn, and then use those to allow you to move your characters across where the battle surges, which is Ragnarok.
The fields of Ragnarok.
Exactly, where the battle surges.
They look quite nice, actually.
Well, you know, we do our best. We try it. And everything here is grass, except where it isn't.
Oh, yep.
So if you can walk through the forest, these greeny bits. They don't slow you at all, but they do offer more protection when you're in the forest, but they reduce your attacks when you're in the forest. And then water offers no benefit from a military perspective, from a sort of fighting perspective, but when you land in them, you have to stop.
I see. Yeah.
And then you can only move 1 each turn in them, and it's 1 to move out, and then you move on.
You're taking the time to empty the water out your boots.
Yeah, exactly, clearly. Unless you're a frost spirit, in which case you don't have any boots. But in the epic version of the game, they don't have to worry about water at all. So, if you look at the card again, it's the heroic Aesir. So this is the normal, easier introductory game.
I see.
So one of the unique features about this game is if you flip the card over, It has the epic version. And on the epic version of the game has all the power-up epic abilities, like the hammer that Thor has, which is called
Mjolnir.
Very good. And it's allowing you to throw it if you charge up their weapon, and it bounces through 3 enemies, as long as you keep wounding them. And then Loki has the ability to steal other people's abilities, their epic abilities. So he can then throw the hammer, which is called
Mjolnir.
Again. Fantastic.
I'm just here for the pronunciation.
You are. You're doing great. Now, if you were playing the Heroic Norseman as an example...
Can I take a look at that?
You certainly can. And on that, again, a set of unique characters, not least of which is the lycanthrope called...
Wait, where is the lycanthrope?
Top right.
Thymfjotli the Lycan.
Very good. Do you know how he became a Lycan? This is another test for you.
No, I do not, actually.
Okay, so that's one you can take away as homework.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
And so each of these characters are unique to each realm, and their abilities are unique as well. So you get 4 distinct realms with all the features that you would expect from the mythos.
Okay, what are the 4 realms?
So you have Azir, Norseman, Ice Jotnar, and the Dark Elves. Although in the old Norwegian it would be called...
Oh, you got me on this one.
Drafalen. Or something like that. Your pronunciation would be better. But we decided not to use that one, but I like it. I like it. So you get to be one of those. You win the game by being the last leader standing. And there are male and female leaders. Not that we're particularly bothered, but they're there, so you can be the last person living, a last leader living, or you can use the battle honours that you do every time you wound someone. You put some of their sanguine fluid into the blood cauldron. I think it goes that way. So you win by either being the last leader standing or by filling up the blood cauldron with the sanguine fluid of your enemies.
Yeah, that doesn't sound disgusting at all.
No, that's okay. That's all right. This is Vikings. This is what it's all about. So the reason we put the blood cauldron in is it gets around the whole problem of a 3-player game.
Yeah.
So one person sits out and 2 people do all the fighting, and then the guy who sat out comes in last minute, much stronger, and wins. Well, not if we're filling up the blood cauldron. If you and I are fighting, and we're wounding each other and we're having a good bash, and then the other guy comes along, he starts filling his blood cauldron when he starts fighting us, but he finishes our blood cauldrons in our counterattacks. So in the end, if you're not Viking, if you're not forward into the fight, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
So you have to push. You have to push. You have to fight. It's all quite, engaged and hands-on, shall we say.
That's
in modern terminology. So that's quite fun. The other thing that's quite interesting for me is that, one of the problems we wanted to get round is you play the heroic game because it's the easy version.
Yeah.
I play the heroic game because I'm introducing the game to you.
Yeah.
But the next time I'm going to play the epic version. But you're not ready. Okay, just say I'm confident you would be, but maybe you weren't ready. Yeah. And if you weren't ready, you could carry on playing the heroic. I'll play the epic version, and it's balanced.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you work that out?
Smoke and mirrors. It's behind the curtain.
Loki's done some trickery.
I don't like to talk about it. And you never say that word.
What, Loki?
Oh. We may not see you in the next interview. So in that, it's because you play regularly, but there's someone who comes irregularly because they're working or whatever. They can come and take part in the game.
That's usually me.
And you don't have to downgrade the whole game. So that's good. Or maybe it's a Friday evening and you don't want to do the complicated one. You just want to have a bit of fisticuffs.
Yeah, a bit of fisticuffs is always a fun time.
We don't mention Fight Club. You know how that works.
No. But you just mentioned it.
I didn't.
I'm never going to win on this one, am I?
He said Loki. Oh no. We're all in trouble now.
Well, shall we? Can you take us through a few of the mechanics and see how it goes?
The combat resolution is done with a D12, and what you do, let's put a couple of people on. Let's say there's a vanguard here, one of the pawns, so to speak, of the Norseman.
We'll take a look at
have a look
over here, hanging over the blood cauldron.
That always fills them full of fear. We don't want to do that. Okay,
there he is.
And he's fighting against Thor. There's a Thor in there.
Yeah, and there's Thor.
Right. So they're in the middle of the battlefield.
Yeah, they're
smashing each other. Stand easy, see?
I have too much fun with these pieces.
That's okay. You can do all the walking around. So what we can do, the 2 things that happen is, if they're face to face, then you use this value, right? So use the hand-to-hand attack.
Where can you point it out to me here?
I can. You should be able to point it out. It's the crossed axes.
There you go. So here we are for Thor. So that's 4D.
Right. So if you were attempting to hit the Vanguard has a defense of 17. You roll 4 dice.
Let's take a look. Now, my rolls are famously bad, so...
Okay, this is it. You want to roll 12s. Natural 12s are good. They're
Natural 12s?
Automatic wounds. Come on,
Okay,
you can do
let's
it.
see.
I have faith. Wow, there you go. You got a 12.
I got a 12. I got a 12.
So that's a surprisingly lucky roll for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do is I use one of these fate cards, which we all get at the start of our phase. I play it.
Let's see it there. Here
After
it is.
you've made that fantastic roll.
Sign of Yggdrasil on the back.
Bless you.
Yeah, and this one is force a player to reroll all dice. Oh, that's nasty.
It's perfect.
You're making me reroll my 12.
We absolutely are. Go on then, you re-roll that.
One time I get a good roll. Let's just move them all over there.
And you got two.
I got two 12s.
There you go. So you can't say fairer than that.
Yeah,
so clearly your use of a certain word earlier on has paid off. Yes.
You mean Fight Club?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now we've both said it. So now we're in trouble. So in that case, what you would do, you've done multiple wounds, but the Vanguard only has one heart. He only has one wound that he can take.
If we look at that one again here.
Right, yep, so Loki's got 4, and the Vanguard...
Well, Thor has 4.
Thor has 4.
And the Vanguard is 1.
Yes. So the Vanguard by all rights, is now dead. However, this is a game where we like a bit of push and shove.
Yeah.
So we give the Vanguard the opportunity, if the player has still got action points left over from his turn, to counterattack.
Okay.
Right? So you've done well. Let's see how well I do. I'll roll them over there.
Okay.
So I'm the Vanguard, hand to hand, 3 dice. Now I'm just going to change the setting very slightly. Because for every Vanguard that's within 2 hexes of me, I get an extra dice.
Oh, I don't like this. I think it's cheating.
No, there's a little bit of cheating going. Pass me one of those dice, because this isn't enough. So now I attack with 5 dice.
5 dice.
Because I have my friends around me.
Yeah, well, you need friends if you're going up against Thor.
Oh, that is appalling.
It's not
even, bring them in the camera. Can I roll them differently as they come in?
No, I don't.
So that was fairly sucky, really. That's bad. So that was awful.
Yeah, now, that's not great.
If we add them all up, it's 10, 18, 20. Your defensive value is 18, so it's equal to or over. So that's 1 wound.
I see.
Now, if you were to use your cards, your fate cards, you see, if you lay those down.
Let's take a look at these.
What you can do is choose to add, now, after I've rolled, because you can play them at any time, you could add to your defense.
I like that.
Right, so you add to your defense by dropping any one of those cards. Right,
okay.
So now you're no longer 18, you roll that down, you're now 23.
Yep, playing
so my roll's not good enough. So while you're doing that, I then do this.
Oh, so they're stacking.
So I'm stacking. Yes, it is good enough, says I.
Oh, so and then can I play another one?
Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, no, it isn't good enough.
Oh, yes, it is good enough.
Oh, no, it isn't good enough.
You're right, it isn't good enough.
Oh, well, I guess.
So that's how it works, right? So fate can be played at any time. So you don't have to think, am I going to roll really badly and then put cards to stack ahead of it? You can react to it, because it's only in the time where it's really not going well, or you want it to go well, that you call on the gods.
Of course.
So that's when you play your fate cards. So you can also do it, if we were in a 3-player game, if I just roll in the Ice Jotner here. So if the Ice Jotner here were in a 3-player game all of a sudden, he or she could, in their turn, not even in their turn, in our fight, out of their turn, they could lay cards.
Ah, so they can just try and sabotage the match.
So if they were hoping that I was going to be beating you up better so that they could then take advantage and kill me, they may want Thor to die, in which case they would lay down a reroll card against your 2 d12s.
Why would you want Thor to die? He's such a nice chap.
No, he isn't. He's
the worst. But
he's absolutely the worst.
Yeah.
He's a bitter, angry, small man. He can't help himself.
Very true.
Yeah, so that's an example of it. So that's hand to hand. If we were slightly further away, right? So here we have the Vanguard is shooting at Thor with a bow. Yeah. Right? So I would roll 2 dice because it's a bit rubbish.
Adrian on YouTube wants to know if this is a skirmish game.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is a skirmish game.
Skirmish game using hexagonal board.
Right, and it's modular. So the boards are double-sided and you lay them down randomly at the start of your game. And as part of the initiative, you can actually say, well, the board's laid out, this is a better position for me, so rather than landing here with my realm, you know, in the Bifrost fire, I'm going to land over here because I get to choose first. Okay, so not only is the board random, but your location is determined by your initiative order.
I like that a lot. It is the whole. You do get that feeling of the realms intersecting and intermingling.
Well, this is where the battle surges, right?
Yeah,
this is where Ragnarok happens. But depending on who you are, use where your realm card arrives. You like, boom, right, we're ready. Come on, let's have a go.
Excellent.
And you come charging out. So even in this case, here's a good example. If I try and attack against Thor, oops, where are we? We're there.
Over here?
Oh, we love these buttons. So I rolled 17, which is not quite enough.
No, not quite.
So I boost it with the fate card.
There we go.
So you now take a wound, right? So I put 1 point into the blood cauldron. Where am I? I'm green. 1 point in the blood cauldron because I've wounded you, and now you get a chance to counterattack because you have some action points over.
Okay.
Right. So you're Thor.
Yep.
What's your range attack?
So the ranged attack. I've forgotten. Can you show me?
Okay.
No, he doesn't have one.
No.
I think.
You don't.
Oi!
You can't counterattack.
Can I switch to the epic one and throw the hammer?
No.
Oh.
No. So that's how it works with the idea of you can only counterattack against the piece that attacked you. I know this is obvious, but I've done enough demos now. And if you don't have the ability to counterattack because you're shot with a ranged weapon and you don't have one, Yarblue sucks to be you.
So that's how you want to be taking out Thor and the big fighters.
Those guys who come running forward and don't have ranged weapons. So not only do you have to know your own card, you really need to get an eye on your other realms. But you can do that over a number of games. You don't have to know everything about it to get stuck in. And in the heroic version, it's power in the fighting. So you just go in there and you hit. But there are lots on all the characters. They all have unique abilities. Whether they can bend fate, whether they can re-roll their dice, whether Sinfiotli's chosen you as his prey and he's going to basically rip out major organs.
Yeah.
In a display of shall we say, contemporary dance with with fangs, you know.
Just doing the hacker in the.
Yeah, exactly. In your entrails.
In your entrails.
Yeah, beautiful. What could be more Viking than that? So all those sort of things are unique to each realm.
Well, you asked what can be more Viking than that. I see a bear sitting among the.
Indeed.
The
yeah, you can drag him out. That's the bear wolf.
The bear wolf.
Yep, the wits of a wolf and the strength of a bear. And he actually is really quite frightening because he has a thing called bloodlust.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. I'll show that.
Here's the Ice Jotnar.
Yep.
Heroic Ice Jotnar. So we've got Bergelmir, now Beowulf. There he is.
Yeah. So his strength is all in his attack. He has no range weapons, but he gets the thing called bloodlust. So if he gets to a character, attacks it, and kills it, he can immediately move up to 2 hexes to find the next person to kill.
Oh.
And if he kills them, he goes 2 hexes to the next person to kill. And then the next person. And then the next person. And then the next person. In a horrific display of gore and bloodletting. But he has to kill them. He can't just wound them, he has to kill them.
But if you manage to get him amongst some of the enemy's squishier troops...
It's a squishy moment.
Yeah.
Right, so that sounds catastrophic for the person who's getting squished, right?
Yeah.
But everyone has the ability to rally back their weaker troops, so their Valkyrie, Frost Spirits, Vanguard, the Malformed, back to their realm tile, 1 a turn. So everyone shares, that's the only shared ability. So if you get horribly squishy mashed, you can retreat, bring your troops back and get back into the fight. And I've played games, a lot of people say, well, the guy's 8 points ahead in the Blood Cauldron, I'm never going to do it. I came back from 7 points in one game and eventually won by a point. By a point. So it can be done. The game looks out of balance at times because someone's doing really well, but then they're overextended. If they're further towards you and you've got your respawn, out they come, you get your troops back. You've never lost. You never step backwards really as a Viking. Always push forward and kill.
Right. That is something I really like the sound of. It's a nice self-contained skirmish game here.
Yes.
Are there any expansions for it?
Funny enough, War of the 9 Realms has 9 realms.
Ah.
So at the moment we've only got 4 in the box.
I see what they did there.
You see what they did there?
Yeah.
See that? That's maths. That is, That's what math is, kids. It's not just something you have to endure at school. It's something you can enjoy for the rest of your life.
Oh, please. Okay. Who else is around?
So you tell me, who are the other realms? No, you got
don't
5
do
more
this
realms.
to me, man.
Okay, name me 2. Who are the other gods?
Wait, the one's not in here?
Right. Come on,
do you want
you
the
said you knew everything about it.
I didn't say everything.
All right. Okay.
I said I've read Neil Gaiman's Norse mythologies recently.
Okay, go on then. So who did the Azir fight in the God Wars?
Oh, the Vanir.
Right, so the Vanir are going to be present.
As a separate faction?
As a separate faction.
Wonderful.
Right, so hence you haven't got Freya.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Why not Freya? Because she was
Because
Vanir.
she's a Vanir, yeah.
But you
and
got
her brother
Frey
as well.
That's right, Frey. So there's the Vanir army.
Are we going to get some dwarves?
You are. Yes, we're going to get dwarves. Now, admittedly, when you read through the Ebbs, the original story, is it Ebbs? Eds?
The Poetic and Prose Edda.
Right, thank you. Ebbs. Life Ebbs. You know, in that, sometimes you look at the idea that the dwarves were merely what the normal people were called by giants when they first met them, right? So it's to a giant, a human-sized figure is dwarf.
Yeah.
But then other human-sized figures arrive and they're not dwarves, they're dark elves. So there is an interplay in the stories between dark elves and dwarves. But we have built a faction around the dwarves, yes. Yeah. What else? I'm waiting for the best one. The one I'm waiting for.
Oh, the light elves?
Yes, very good. You know your onions, mate. He knows his onions. Yes, so light elves, that's not
Hell?
Yes, very good. 4. One more. How could you not know this one?
Oh.
When there's not ice, there's...
Oh, the Land of Fire.
The fire giants. Shirt himself.
Oh, the burner of Asgard.
Yeah. That subtle little title. Not as a giveaway, but he can be quite powerful.
I can believe it.
Shirt the burner of Asgard. Yeah, so they're the other realms that we'll be bringing in.
That's great. I can't wait to see them. Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Lord, I really want to dig into this game more. As I said, I love my mythology, and I love skirmish games, and having it all in this nice contained package for me, which can expand. I love the idea.
Doesn't go wrong.
No, doesn't go wrong at all.
You can end on Yggdrasil. There you go.
Yep. Just quickly. There's Yggdrasil. Perfect. Okay. If you like the look of this game, be sure to let us know in the comments below. And head on over to Wotan Games to find out more about it. And we will see you in the next live stream.